Hey, what's going on, guys? Zach here. Just give me a minute. I'm going to go into the presentation in a second. I just want to make sure everything is working here on my other computer. All right, looks good, looks good. All right, so what we're talking about today is going to be the real magic. This is a very boring subject. I'm gonna preface you on that. But last week we spent all of our time learning the mindsets of what a strategic entrepreneur does. And part of the reason I taught you what a strategic entrepreneur does is so you can actually do the things that a strategic entrepreneur does. And this is one of the things that like nobody ever does. They skip this part, right? And this is why most people don't make very much money. And it's because of the fact that they skip all the boring stuff. They skip the foundational skills that matter. So I want you to think of this. If you don't know who you're selling to, if you don't know the things that they care about, if you don't know how to talk to them or what they care about, what they want, or what their desires are, or what their dreams are, you're going to have a hard time selling someone because you're really just going to be kind of fishing in a pond hoping that somebody's going to bite. And so what I'm going to teach you here is how I figure out, like, if I went into a brand new industry, I went into something I know absolutely nothing about, how I can position myself as an expert from day one. So this week, we're really talking about how you pick your products, how you decide what you're going to sell, how you decide who you're catering to. Next week, we're going to go into the real part where you actually start making your hooks, your messaging to grab people, to get them to come to you. But this is something that's very, very important because if you don't know who you're selling to, you're never going to get sales. You're going to end up constantly like buying products and trying to sell them, but you're wondering why nobody is buying. And once you understand this stuff, it becomes very, very easy. You don't have to worry about, do you have results? Do you have social proof? Have you done something before? When you actually understand this, people they assume you are the expert. Natalie says, taking the risk and driving. Don't want to miss this. All right, so here's the thing, right? I want you to understand that like people get caught up on this, like what's the perfect niche? And a lot of people even try to micro niche themselves down so specific. Like I help accountants do this. Like I don't really think it's good personally to niche down really, really low. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But I want you to really understand this. And especially if you're an affiliate marketer, you're selling other people's products, which in my personal opinion, everybody should start here because you get to test the market, you get to test what people are actually buying, and then you can create your own thing and get 100% of the money. But if you try to create your own deal out of the gate and you don't know if that market is buying, you don't know if they're repeat buyers, you don't know what they like to buy, you're going to have a hard time. So I want you to realize that marketing is really just supply and demand. All you want to do is find a pocket of people that are seeking information and supply it to them. That's it. So here's what I look for when I actually go into picking a market that I'm going to go into. Number one, the most profitable niches are health, wealth, and relationships. Now, I want you to realize for the most part, there's probably like thousands of little micro categories in every one of these. But these are the three that you want to stay in. For me personally, it's health and wealth. Those are the two that I would stick with. Those are the two I have experiences with. If you guys know, I actually started out as a personal trainer, and I was trying to learn this whole marketing thing online to market my services years back. So these are the two niches that I know the most about. It's the two that I'm interested in. If it's something you're interested in, it makes it 10 times easier. Now, I want you to realize the best niches are passion niches. So things like hobbies, or they need to solve a pain. So if somebody needs to solve a pain, the more extreme the pain, in my opinion, the better the niche. This is why I like health and anything in wealth. And the reason being is, if you think about it, we are hardwired that we always want to make more money because we know that provides us a better life, our family a better life. We're also hardwired to take care of our health because we know that if we don't, it can end our life early. It can affect the quality of our life. And even when people and I know me, this is something I used to do when I was overweight. I'd tell myself I don't care. I'd be like, yeah, I don't care what people think about me. But every time I looked in the mirror, I knew that I was lying to myself. And that's why no matter how many times in my life that I've went from having a six pack to getting overweight, I always come right back to getting back on track because it just drove me nuts. Same thing for making money, right? I've had times in my career where I had huge amounts of money and then I let my personal life and everything bring me crashing down. But the problem is the fact that once I elevated my brain to what I could do, my brain could never go back to thinking about having a job. If I had the choice right now to go back to a job or pull the trigger, I'd hands down pull the trigger. I'm not joking. There is no option for plan B for me. I am not meant to be told what to do. That's not even an option for me. So these are things that are hardwired in our brain. And give me a yes if this is true with you. Like, even if you've not figured out how to make money yet, like, you have this mindset that I will keep doing this until I figure it out. I don't care if I have to spend $100,000 and just keep buying stuff until I figure out what the solution is to my problem.